Hi, welcome to Smack's online video tutorials. In this video tutorial we'll look more into the responsive design tool, and we have so many options in here, and we're going to look now at the boxed style setup. Let's just have a look to see what we're looking at creating. So we click on here to preview our page. So we look at here, we haven't got a full screen width. We've just got a box container that includes our nav bar. We've got a slideshow. We've got all our text in here, and we've got a footer, and we've got a background here. So how do we do this? Very simple. Let's go into our content builder. We can see here we've got this highlighted here. This is highlighted to give us the box that we just looked at. So let's take this off, and we say background table active. I'm going to say no. Turn that off now. So let's refresh here and see what happens. So now we can see it's not looking the same. So that setup was particularly for a boxed content. We can see now everything's filled to the 100%. We've got this area here that's not looking so well. We've got no container in here either. So that setup was really working well for the box style. So let's go back to that and see how we can change that now. So we turned it back on again. So let's have a look. Now we're back to what we like. Okay, so the options you have in here, it's very much like a table. It's very much like one of these layer setups. We've got a similar setup here. We can have padding, we can have shadow, we can have border color. Let's have a look at border color. You can see better where we're getting our container from. Save that. Now you can see we've got our container, and this container will resize depending on what system you have. So that all works really well. But let's look at what we've got in the container. What can we change in the container? Well, we can have a shadow, we can have rounded corners, we can have way too thick. That gives us a kind of like a canvas. So let's have a look at that changes we've made there. Let's have a look. We have the changes, but we've got a banner image over the top here. That's why we're not seeing the, if I take that off, everything is now nice and rounded. You can see how when we scroll up, the scroll bar just sits here nicely. This scroll bar could actually be, let's turn off the news ticker. Scroll bar could be further down the page. This scroll bar could be, the navigation bar could be down here. Have a background image there. So that works quite well. So the content frame box works really well if you want a boxed structure. And then we have outer padding, so we've got other really fine tweaks that give you a spacing on the page. So now we've got, you can see now we've got more of a spacing now. So when we go down, mobile, look, you can see we've got a lovely big bit of space around the side now. And the reason you would do this is because if you've got a large shadow, or you just particularly want a large space, then you would use that system there. So that's called the outer padding. And another quite nice feature of this as well is the top margin. Now you could have some links, you could have you want to bring down the content box a little bit on the page. So we just put the top margin. That's going to bring now our content box down on the page, and we got in space for things here. We could have links in here. Gives us just another option to think about. There's nothing that you can't do with this. This really is state of the art, and it's very simple to manipulate. I mean, we could have a border, a white border. This might work quite well with this. Refresh on here. Have a look at that. Now we've got a white. It's just a matter of experimenting with what you like. So another thing that works really well with the content frame is, we'll go into another tutorial with this as well, but you can see here we've got a very nice background image. So we need some kind of container to the page. Set these back to the way they were. So we look at that. That'll be in another tutorial, but we'll just touch on that now. This is the background image of your page. At the moment we've selected preset, or we've uploaded an image in here, but we've got all these different backgrounds. So let's choose this one. Fresh. And now we've got our rounded corner content frame within this background. So you can see that we've got all sorts of backgrounds to choose from. I'm going to choose that one just to experiment. So the boxed container, which is this, works very well when you've got a nice background, but we're going to go into another tutorial, because that's very interesting. You can do some crazy things with that. So now look, we've got a whole different website now. We completely changed the website in, I don't know, 5 minutes. And we can even change this. We've got white at the moment. We can have this to be red. We can have that to be white. We can have a preset image in there as well. So you can see now this. You could even have that as being metallic, let's say. So let's save that. Fresh. And now you can see you've got it's kind of a nice. If I was to have a background image in here, I wouldn't want one here. It's just a little bit messy. So I would take off this preset and have a really light preset, maybe this one. So you'd hardly see anything, and now we've got a nice. We've got to refresh that. So we have to change the image for the content frame as well. So you can see then that works quite well. Yeah, we like that. The reason why that image hadn't changed in here is because we've got two versions of our pages. We've got the homepage version and the content frame version. Note the content frame version still uses that same background. So we need to change that. If we change that to the, I think it was that one we chose, then refresh. Now let's have a look. So now we've got our news is using the same. We've got the same background, so you can have two different backgrounds for the content frame and the home page frame, and we're just going to take off the banner image as well. Let's have a look at that. And yeah, so we've drastically changed the design of this in 5 minutes. So the logo, so you can see that each individual layer, each individual content frame and the home page has its own different setups. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something a little bit more about the responsive design tool. Thank you very much for watching.